This is a corrupt county. We have had enough. We are not afraid to go to jail.
Can't you figure this out? Look around you. Look how far we've come. Humanity wasn't meant to live like this. Our every waking moment, tracked and traced and scanned. It's time to stop submitting to this tyranny. It's time to realize that we're being enslaved.
Suffolk County, a county that's $2 billion in debt.
And I think the rest of the politicians on Long Island are out of order. As you can see on Channel 12, they're constantly getting arrested for this, that, and the other lately. But you're being made fun of. They keep raising your taxes because no one's there. They keep adding fees to beaches and this, that, and the other. Oh, let's raise the prices of going to the beach. Bang. Let's do this. Bang. No one's around. Everybody's doing their own thing. Bang. Okay, this. And then what happens? Then everybody starts crying, well, I don't know why my property tax going up. And the blatant disrespect, they're making fun of you. They're like laughing in your face. You have no idea. They just want to raise your taxes, raise your taxes. We pay the highest taxes in the nation. And yet we drive on roads that are like that from a third world country. Why is that? These roads should be paved to freaking gold bars.
Well, there are the cameras posted at traffic lights to catch drivers going through red lights. Not everyone is a fan, and now some in Suffolk County seem to have taken their dislike to a whole new level. CBS 2's Steve Langford reports on the latest arrest in an apparent campaign to block the cameras.
Residents have protested the installment of those red light cameras. Police say they are necessary, though. They've got to keep the public safe.
Well, the red light cameras, they were basically imposed on us with the facade that they were about safety, when they were never about safety. They were only about revenue. And we know that that's the case because all the lights were shortened. The residents noticed it. I noticed it. Everyone noticed it. This is what's going on in our county. Every single traffic light intersection with a camera is an illegal operation.
Lieutenant Murphy becomes the 5th Long Island resident to be killed in Afghanistan.
There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
And on Long Island, police ramping up search efforts for the person who cut down a traffic light camera.
At this point, to please make the arrests of all of them. This is only a preview of what is
this is ridiculous.
The people of Suffolk County have
Mr. Ruth, you're out of order. Mr. Ruth, you're out of order.
Sheriffs, this is a citizen's arrest. I am asking you to remember the oath you took to uphold the Constitution and make the arrests.
There's nothing more than a systematic form of extortion at our expense. The people of Suffolk County have had enough. It's time to end this program immediately out of respect for the lives lost and out of respect for God. Remove the cameras, abandon the program. Lives have been lost. Respect the people who lost their lives.
All right, time's up. Thank you.
I am afforded the right to speak in my own defense, sir, by the Constitution of the United States. This is the same document which guarantees my liberty.
United States.
Now, liberty, in case you've forgotten, is the soul's right to breathe. I mean, it cannot take a long breath. Laws are girded too tight. Without liberty, man is a cinco.
Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world.
You should be charged with racketeering, corruption, fraud, official misconduct, and conspiracy against the people of Suffolk County. The entire Suffolk County legislature should be charged with the same charges.
The reason I cut these wires is because the lights are timed at 3 seconds just to trick people into getting into tickets. The county doesn't care how many people get into accidents involving death as long as they get their trickery money.
Do you cut these wires?
Yes, I did, in order to save lives.
Please wrap up.
I have 30 more seconds. How many times have you talked while people are talking, sir? Everybody's talking. You have not been quiet once. I have 30 more seconds left.
No, we have not interrupted you. I have 10 more cards.
Raise the guard. Many people are going to come forth and tell their story of the corruption they experienced, and soon we'll have...
Please step away from the microphone.
So the other day I went to the Suffolk County legislator meeting, and I got to tell you guys something, Long Island. I'm so mad I actually have a splitting headache after leaving that meeting. I sat there quietly and I watched and witnessed as our Suffolk County executives basically made fun of us. And what I mean by that, it's hilarious, because it was this guy, Dwayne Gregory, right? And he's the presiding officer of the Suffolk County legislature. You know, he was the head guy sitting at the table. And when it was the public's turn to speak, there were people coming up, all different people coming up at the podium, and they were talking about some serious issues. And, you know, about everything from water pollution, you know, the nearby drinking water was polluted, to this, to that, and it was really good stuff. But the whole time they were talking, and they get 3 minutes to talk, and there's a little buzzer, this man was busy talking to his buddy next to him. The others were talking amongst themselves. There's maybe one or two that were actually listening, but they weren't, you know, the rest of them were just talking amongst each other. Like they would, the people that had something to say were garbage. Like, so the water's polluted. So the red light cameras are a scam. I mean, even when Red Light Robin Hood, Stephen Ruth, went up and he was talking about the things, he was screaming, "You're out of order." Like, excuse me, you know, Gregory or Dwayne or whatever. You're not a judge. You're a politician. We put you there. We pay taxes. We pay your salary. You're not a judge. You're not a figure of authority. You're out of order. No, sir. You're out of order.
Freedom lies in your heart, but it must do more than just lie there. It must be exercised in the face of the government that would try to take it away. In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its maximum hour of danger. You are that generation. The hour is now. Don't shrink from that responsibility. Welcome it. God bless you.